If I had to lose 50 pounds again, I would get there so much faster. Not because I would work harder, but because I would avoid these 5 mistakes. The first mistake cost me months of progress, but the fourth mistake definitely cost me the most time. Although I was making majority of these mistakes well over a decade ago, I see that they're still tripping my clients up to this day. Hi, my name is Shyla. I'm a certified personal trainer and I help women achieve their dream bodies without the burnout. I lost over 50 pounds and managed to keep most of it off for over a decade. Let's start with the mistake that probably cost me the most progress. Mistake number 1 is starting over every Monday. I definitely had an all or nothing mindset. If I scheduled an hour workout and I was only able to do 30 or 45 minutes, I would completely just cancel the workout altogether because in my mind, the workout wouldn't count if I wasn't able to do all 60 minutes. This mistake probably cost me years of progress because I was constantly restarting instead of gaining momentum. Now, if I can't make it to the gym, I'll do a dumbbell workout right here at home. If I can't do all 10K steps, then I'll aim for 8. Just to keep the momentum going. I had an even worse mentality when it came to eating off plan. I would eat pizza on Saturday, feel completely guilty about it on Sunday, use binge eating to cope with the guilt, and then start over on Monday. I was completely stuck in a loop. What I had to understand is that your body is an accumulation of the habits that you do on a consistent basis. Those habits compound over time to give you the results that you're looking for. So I want you to think, today's habits are next month's body. One meal won't make you gain 50 pounds, just like one salad won't help you lose it. Progress didn't happen until consistency was more important than perfection. Most people have a plan for how to start, but they don't have a plan for what to do when life gets chaotic. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to create a folder here on YouTube and name it the Reset Recovery Plan. And I want you to fill it with videos of at-home workouts that you can do when you aren't able to make it to the gym. That way you can keep the momentum going. Don't give yourself an out when life starts lifing. Don't use excuses for why you can't show up for yourself. The goal is to keep promises to yourself, despite what's going on outside of you. Mistake number 2 was trying to lose fat as quickly as possible. When I first started my fitness journey, a common suggestion was to eat 1,200 calories because eating less than that, your body would go into starvation mode. Now, that was a myth, which I wasn't aware of simply because I didn't know about maintenance calories. I didn't know about basal metabolic rate. I didn't know how to calculate those things. Eating in an extreme calorie deficit is a surefire way to be miserable and constantly hungry on your fitness journey. And because I was eating in such a huge calorie deficit, I was constantly in my head talking myself out of binge eating until I couldn't. I was doing excessive amounts of cardio. In the beginning of my journey, I was just way too intimidated to go into the weight section. So I stayed on the elliptical for about 45 minutes to an hour, 5 to 6 days a week. And yes, the weight came off, but the weight that I was able to lose, you better believe it came back and then some because my plan just wasn't sustainable. Because I had spent months and months just strictly doing cardio and getting results. Once I had lost the 50 pounds and got down to about 160, I continued to do what I knew best. I did not like the way that I looked, and that's when I came across weightlifting. I had no curves and really had kind of like a skinny fat appearance. Mistake number 3 was focusing only on the scale. Daily weigh-ins had me in a chokehold. I would wake up every morning, the same time, use the restroom, and then go and weigh myself. And if I didn't like the number that I saw on the scale, it would ruin my entire day. If I had saw that I gained weight, which most likely was just water weight, I would use that as an excuse to binge eat and just throw my plan completely out the window because I had convinced myself, oh my God, I'm gaining weight. I'm trying to lose weight, but I'm gaining it. So what's the point? My biggest mistake was not taking my measurements, not taking pictures, not doing videos, because those 3 things would have shown me that I was actually making progress. Mistake number 4 was definitely avoiding the weight section. So after losing the 50 pounds, I eventually found myself at this size. Now, there's nothing wrong with this. I know some people prefer to be a bit slimmer and they don't really like the tone look, but I'm not one of those people. So there are a few reasons why I avoided lifting weights early on in my fitness journey. One of them being the misconception that if you as a woman lift weights, you're going to end up looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger or something, which is a complete myth. Most women that you see who are super jacked, they're usually taking PEDs, so you don't have to worry about that. Please don't allow your fear of getting too bulky be the reason why you don't lift weights, because I can promise you most women don't push themselves hard enough or eat enough to get those type of results. Another reason why I avoided the weights was because back then in my gym, and I'm pretty sure majority of the gyms back then, there weren't too many women in the weight sections. It was strictly just men. And I don't know, I was just too shy to go over there, even though everyone was nice and no one would have paid me any mind. But it was just a mentality. It was something in my head that I just felt like an imposter. Like, to be honest, I was afraid of looking stupid, afraid of someone looking at me and be like, okay, she doesn't know what she's doing. Her form is terrible. But you can't let that mentality hold you back because you have to start somewhere. Another reason I avoided the weight section is because I lacked a basic knowledge of body composition. Muscle doesn't weigh more than fat. A pound is a pound. The difference is that muscle takes up less room than fat, so replacing fat with muscle can make your waist smaller and your physique leaner without a huge change on the scale. So stop obsessing over the scale. Focus on body composition. 2 women can weigh the exact same amount, but the one with more muscle and less fat will look completely different. Mistake number 5 was waiting for motivation. I hate to break it to you, but losing weight is boring. If you go into your fitness journey thinking every day is going to be exciting and fun and you're going to be motivated and blah, 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 that isn't how it works. My simple formula for weight loss consists of lifting weights 3 to 5 times per week, 8 to 10K steps per day, eating enough protein, staying in a moderate calorie deficit, and focusing on consistency for months, not days. This approach is what allowed me to lose over 50 pounds and maintain that weight loss for over a decade. If you're trying to lose weight naturally, don't focus on being perfect. Focus on avoiding the mistakes that are keeping you stuck. If you're on your own fitness journey, comment down below and let me know which mistake you've made before. I can almost guarantee that I've made it too. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you found this video helpful, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.